Це як? Ми підходимо уже до границі своїх кордонів, вони нас б'ють зі своєї сторони, а ми будемо стояти тихенько в стороні і мовчати.
The big picture. Russia's diversionary attack north of Kharkiv has been a failure so far. Russia is exerting pressure across multiple fronts, but it has not achieved any significant successes since initiating its diversionary operations north of Kharkiv. Russia's rapid initial advancements were swiftly brought to a halt, and it did not succeed in diverting enough Ukrainian troops to make significant progress along the main axis near Chasiv Yar. There have been persistent rumors of Russia relocating troops near Sumy and further west for several weeks. Russia is expected to attempt additional diversionary maneuvers, but they are unlikely to be significantly more successful than the previous ones. Each week that Russia does not advance on the front represents a wasted opportunity, bringing Russia closer to the narrowing of its window for action. Ukraine's mobilization means that if Russia fails to achieve significant results soon, the task will become increasingly challenging. Russia excels at bluffing and dominating the information sphere, creating an illusion of complete control over the situation. However, the reality is that they have not managed to capture any of the 23 regional capitals or special status cities during this failed invasion. Well-known Russian Nazi propagandists Yevgeny Podobny and Alexander Kots nearly lost their lives to a mine explosion after filming a report in the occupied parts of Vovchansk in the Kharkiv region, Russian sources reported this morning. They escaped unharmed, however. Their colleague Alexander Pushin from VGTRK received a leg injury after their buggy hit a mine placed by a Ukrainian drone. It is very tough to catch such war criminals. They have extensive experience in different combat zones. The very fact of this incident indicates that justice for war crimes could come to them at any moment. The Russian army is not hiding the use of chemical weapons. Russian Z warrior Filatov admires the use of chemical weapons by the Russian army in Ukraine. This video was unashamedly published by the official Telegram channel of the Russian state propaganda news agency, RT. In the footage, Filatov says, "Here you can see the gas mask that was hanging from the machine gunner. Cartridge boxes. Here is a gas grenade that we dropped."
Участки и назначить так называемые замки.
Conscription reached Moscow. Unfortunately, they are not giving answers. This is being done deliberately. The boys were taken out under the cover of darkness from May 25th to May 26th without completing the documents that should have been completed in accordance with the order. Relatives and friends of the conscripts came to the Moscow Military Registration and Enlistment Office seeking a meeting with the capital's military commissar over the arrests of young people on the city streets. According to the women, since May 24th, police caught their relatives of military age on the streets of Moscow and took them to a collection point on Ugreshskaya. Their conscripts, who are now in a point or unit, are appealing the commission's decision, have diseases that must be taken into account when assigning a fitness category, or have deferments from military service. Now relatives are filing lawsuits and turning to lawyers for help. Now it is necessary to appeal the summonses that are issued to the draft commission of the city of Moscow. Unfortunately, they do not give answers. This is being done deliberately. Boys from 25 to 26 May was taken out under the cover of darkness without completing the documents that should have been completed in accordance with the order. At the moment, the only chance is to appeal the decision of the draft commission, which was issued at the Unified Recruiting Point, says lawyer Lyudmila Trifonova. The lawyer advised young people in a similar situation not to sign summonses and not to accept them, to immediately write an appeal to the Moscow Draft Board and write complaints to the Department of Health about doctors who ignore diseases during a medical examination. The police are on duty at the scene. There are security patrols on the street near the Moscow Military Registration and Enlistment Office, and women's documents are being checked. But on the other side, a lot of this people, probably most of them, voted for Putin. You didn't think that this can happen? Or while something is going on in Ukraine, we don't give a damn? But when is hurting us, it's a problem. How's that? We come to the edge of our borders, they hit us from their side, and we will stand quietly by and be silent? It doesn't work that way. They went to war against us, not us against them. Here's what AFU soldiers on the Kharkiv direction are saying about the ban on striking Russian territory with Western weapons. Our warriors are doing the impossible. They need help and support. When allowed to strike military targets inside Russia, they will save many lives.
А то, що партнери не хочуть, щоб ми стріляли на територію агресора, ну, на мою думку, це геть неприйнятно російською, неприємлемо лично для мене. Тому що не ми прийшли на їхню територію, вони прийшли на нашу. Це як? Ми підходимо уже до границі своїх кордонів, вони нас б'ють зі своєї сторони, а ми будемо стояти тихенько в стороні і мовчати. Ну, так не буває. Вони пішли війною на нас, не ми на них. На нашому напрямку у росіян, на мою думку, не вистачає сил для просування, тому що ми тут є на цьому напрямку, ми є лідером.
What's left of Kharkiv Conscription hypermarket after a Russian airstrike on May 25th? Search operations and identification of casualties continue. As of now, the death toll is 17 people. The body of Mikhailo's father was identified by DNA analysis. Oleksandr, 38, worked in the supermarket. Deepest condolences.
Це каси були.
Putin makes thinly veiled nuclear threats with a smug, albeit crooked face. He blames the West for not having any great desire to negotiate. As I said earlier, Putin is not interested in negotiations. He is interested in raising the stakes and bullying his way forward.
Если эти серьезные последствия будут наступать в Европе, как поведут себя Соединенные Штаты, имея в виду наш приоритет в сфере стратегических вооружений? Трудно сказать. Они хотят глобального конфликта. Мне кажется, они хотели договариваться в сфере стратегических вооружений. Но что-то мы не видим большого желания это делать. Разговор на этот счет есть, а большого желания мы как бы не видим. Ну, посмотрим, что будет происходить дальше.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to support Warthog Defense, please become our member and get early access to new videos, exclusive members-only videos, and become administrator in comment section. The membership link is in the description.
Every day. We had a guy last week, it's 6 rescues in 6 days. You know, he's doing the job every day.